On this episode of Overthinkr, we're at Brujos Brewing talking Portland Beer Week with Nicole Kasten and Jessica Salas. We're talking about all the different events, and we get the party crashed by some special guests. This is Overthinkr. Found us. I don't know how, but they found us. This is Overthinkr, and super stoked to be here tonight in the scorched church that is Brujos Brewing in Portland, Oregon. We are live from Portland, Oregon. We're going to talk about Portland Beer Week quite a bit and whatever else comes up, and I'm super stoked to have two guests with me here tonight. Jessica Salas, the general manager here at Brujos.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up?
It's great to have you. Great to be here. Thank you for making this possible and helping put this together. And Nicole Kasten, who does a lot of things, event things, but Portland Beer Week is one of those things.
Yeah, good to be here.
Involved.
Portland Beer Week starts tomorrow.
It does.
Or today when you see this. Today when you see this.
It starts Friday, the 14th of June. So yeah, let's just kind of quickly give a little bit of an overview of Portland Beer Week. A lot of folks don't know that a beer week is actually longer than a regular week. A regular week's like 7 days. A beer week is how many days?
It's like 9 or 10 or 11. More than 7. I mean, how could you do a beer week in 7 days anyway?
That's not enough. That's not enough beer days for a beer week.
Yeah, and I'll get this out of the way before anybody even asks. Since the very first Portland Beer Week, we have regularly been asked, why do you need a Portland Beer Week? Every day is Portland Beer Week. Okay, sure, yeah. It's a rich beer culture. That's why we get to put it all in an overexpanded week, because it's a way to celebrate Portland beer culture. So I'm just getting that out of the way, because I know at some point I'm going to hear that, because I hear it every month.
It is, it's actually a great thing to point out. Like, a beer week is more than, it's more than just the beer that happens and the culture that happens all the time. I feel like beer weeks exist to kind of push the envelope a little bit as to what a beer event is. Like, we're not talking about beer. So a beer week is events, a lot of events every day. There's multiple events all over the city every day. And they're not all festivals. Like, I've had people ask me, where does Portland Beer Week happen? And I'm like, where does it not happen?
That's a good answer.
It's a lot of events at a lot of different places. Brujos here being one of those places. We'll get into that. There's a lot of super fun events that we're going to cover and just kind of give a preview of what they are, what to expect, all that kind of good stuff. But a beer week. It's not unique to Portland either. You know, there's Seattle Beer Week, there's San Francisco Beer Week, there's
LA Beer Week.
There is LA Beer Week, San
Tampa.
Diego Beer Week. Have we named every major city on the West Coast yet?
We can keep going and share the love. There's Philly Beer Week, Tampa Bay Beer Week. Tampa Bay's the whole bay. Ohio Beer Week, that's a whole state, you know.
Oh, wow. There you go.
I pay a lot of attention to beer weeks.
Beer weeks are great for that. They're a great way to get out and experience some really unique events that take. We'll talk about a lot of effort and planning that goes into them. It's a little bit more than your typical. Like, don't expect to pull up the Portland Beer Week calendar, available at pdxbeerweek.com. By the way, you should definitely check out pdxbeerweek.com. But that. Don't expect to see like tap takeover kind of. Is there a,
They're
they're going to be at least elevated
Yeah.
tap takeovers. They're going to be, it's going to be something more than just like we've all been to beer events, right? Where like, okay, I'm here for XYZ brewery night at XYZ Tap House, and I think maybe that guy in the hoodie in the corner is from the brewery. I'm not quite sure.
Possibly.
But why am I here? And they have like 4 beers from XYZ Brewing Company. And I'm not calling anybody out specifically, but have we not all been at those events where you're just
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
like,
also
why am I here?
We're not always the audience either. There's just kind of like the casual craft drinker who it's a cool opportunity to have access to a bunch of stuff maybe they would have had to chase around or go to multiple locations. So sometimes like a tap takeover really has value for those of us who haven't done it yet.
It's true.
Yeah.
Particularly when it's done well. I'm not talking about
Yes.
the ones that are done well. I was making fun of the ones where you show up and you're not quite certain you're at the right place because you heard there was going to be a tap takeover, and then like you show up and there's really not much happening. That's not a Portland Beer Week event.
That is not a Portland. Oh yeah, like when you go to the
when you
grocery
show up
store.
at a
and
Portland
it's
Beer
the
Week
same.
event, you're going to know something is going on here today that is quite different than anything I've seen before. And that's what's cool about it.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put that. Yeah, it's definitely not your daily tap takeover. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But before we get into all the Portland Beer Week stuff, obviously you can see we're at Brujos, and this place is special. It's unique. It's incredibly awesome from everything that's going on. This whole idea of being inside a scorched church and drinking beer, and yeah, Jessica, this is awesome. It's awesome what's going on here, and I'm curious. There's a few things here that I've got that on the table. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it here on the table. If not, I've got 4 cans in front of me that all look like just super gothic, super awesome. But there's some collaborations here that are really neat, and even a couple collaborations that I guess haven't seen the light of day yet.
Not yet, this weekend.
This weekend, what's happening this weekend?
We've got a double can drop with Human People and
Human
with
People out of
Wayfinder.
Seattle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were very fun. I don't know if you saw our promotion for it, but they put together a very fun video.
The video on Instagram, I did see that. Yeah, super fun. This is great. It's called Alien-esque.
Alien-esque.
I love that. Human People, from what I know about Human People, I don't think they've opened up a physical location you can visit yet. Is that correct?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I hope that's coming.
I hope so
because
too.
the only Human People beer I've had so far is a collaboration they did with fast fashion. I've had a fast fashion Human People collab. But that's all I've been able to find so far and get my hands on. But I'm very excited for Human People. What's the other? There's another collab here I'm looking at. Is this
the
also
one
that
with
day?
Wayfinder.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the other Saturday drop? Okay.
Yes.
And this one I got a little taste of. This is
Actually, I haven't tasted that yet.
Vienen las
tasty?
Brujas, which I believe means let's go brewers. No?
What? Bring the witches or something like that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring the witches. Okay. Awesome.
Here come the witches.
Is it Here Come the Witches?
Here Come the Witches.
Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
There we go.
I'm learning Spanish still.
I'm trying to read this here. Underneath it says Vienen las Brujas, Hoppy Lager. This high my fire is what it says underneath it. And did I read that correctly? You like that? Is that what that says?
It does say that, yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't know if I'm reading it correctly. It's all good.
Yeah, please.
Awesome. This was a really good hoppy lager, very delicate, floral, delicious. Oh,
I haven't seen that.
Midsummer. It's a quote from Midsummer. Thank you. Sam is telling us, Sam, the brewer owner of Brujos, and the guy who conceptualized all of this, he's talking to me off camera here if you can't hear him or see him.
He's a ghost.
Truly.
That
And,
also screams Brujos Wayfinder now with that
yes.
added part of the story.
There we go. It all comes together.
I have not seen that movie.
It all comes together. This is the first time that I've, in terms of, this is our 5th episode of Overthinkr. Overthinkr, by the way, production of ZZeppelin. We got our producers back here, Sean and Zach, and they're both working hard. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might have seen the lights kind of go off and then come back on again. Hey, it happens. That's how it's going. But no, stoked for them. But this is this is our 5th episode, and this is the first episode that I've actually got a plate of food in front of me during the episode. I'm eating while we do this, and because I have to. It's amazing food here at Brujos. St. Lovejoy's.
St. Lovejoy's.
I'm eating shrimp toast, is what it's called. It's a little spicy. It's got all kinds of like greens and cabbage and vegetables on it. It's got this sauce. It's phenomenal. And I just want to give a shout out to St. Brujos that if you, I'm sorry, St. Lovejoy's.
St. Lovejoy's.
Sorry. Freudian slip there or something.
I would
don't
like
know.
to join in on that. So
Yeah.
I ate St. Lovejoy before we started. And it's the crispy burrito rice ball has been on the menu since the soft opening, and it is my go-to here. And then the chorizo burger is my second favorite. Usually with like burgers, I split it with somebody. Last week I was in here and I ate the whole thing all by myself, and it was, I didn't want to leave. I just wanted another one.
It's so good.
Yes, thank you.
So good.
He also does brunch during our like can releases.
If you watched episode 2 of Overthinkr, it features Jenny Mann and her partner Colin. That is St. Lovejoy's.
Yeah, and Jess had a good point about like for the can releases. What happens on the weekend?
They have brunch, and it's so
They do
good.
brunch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does breakfast burritos, and he does this. I think he's still doing it. It's like a hot dog,
man.
a breakfast sausage that he makes. He
If
makes
they're-
the sausage himself, and it's so good.
Amazing.
Little breakfast glizzy.
So Colin at breakfast glizzy, yes. Colin and Jenny, they hail from San Diego, where Colin has extensive experience in the food and beverage industry, particularly food, as a chef at a number of places. I wish I could remember them off the top of my head. I don't, but we could
think
name
he
drop a number of places.
Used to cook. He would do the fried chicken at Tornado.
Okay.
Oh.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. He makes phenomenal food, and yeah. So if coming to Brujos for a can drop and the amazing beer wasn't enough, the fact that brunch is served for the can drops is more than enough to come out here and be a part of that party. A can drop at Brujos is a bit of a party.
It is a party.
Well, and the cool thing is,
It's almost like tailgating even before it happens. It's
yes,
yeah.
but please don't do that.
the other thing that's really cool is that going into summer, we now have more hours during the week that we have the opportunity to be at Brujos and to eat at St. Lovejoy.
awesome. They
Yeah.
expanded their hours.
Yeah, we're
into
open
summer?
at noon now.
Oh, great.
Monday through Sunday. I mean, sorry. Wednesday through Sunday, we're open at noon every day.
Wednesday through Sunday, noon to.
Wednesday, Thursday, noon to 9. Friday, Saturday, noon to 12. And then Sunday,
Wow.
noon to 9.
Awesome. Fantastic. I love it. Well, let's get into Portland Beer Week and what's really going on and what's really happening.
What's really going on? What, you want all the dirt on Portland Beer Week? You want all the behind the scenes?
I know a lot goes into Portland Beer Week and organizing really any event. There's always, if you've been out to Beer Week events, you've been out to festivals, there's drama behind the scenes. There's work being done. There's conflicts. There's things that don't happen exactly to plan. Let's not talk about any of that.
No, I was joking, but I will totally put a positive spin on that. At the end of the day, it's beer, and beer is fun. And
Right.
regardless of what happens, behind the scenes or any of the planning or any of the hiccups or any of the this didn't work out or that, it's still beer, and we get to have a lot of fun. Even though I work so many events that I don't get to drink out of, but so what? The energy and the people around and producing that for them, there is no feeling like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's cool to hear from you because I know I've been at a lot of events where Nicole is very busy and very on point and just I'm used to when I see Nicole just walk up and strike up a conversation, and there's events where I'm like, oh, she's in the zone. I need to leave her alone. There's something going on. Things are
You
happening.
get crazy in the zone.
And everyone's just enjoying themselves, not even knowing that there's so much work and everything going. So props to you, Nicole. You've done a lot of rad stuff that
Thank you.
needs to be recognized. Absolutely.
I appreciate that, but nothing gets done by yourself. It takes a lot of people to get anything done. Even even a basic tap takeover, it can take a team.
It can. Let's talk about Beer Week events. So it kicks off on Friday, June 14th, which may be the day you're listening to this. If you listen to this as soon as it drops. So Friday, June 14th. What is the kickoff events? Is there a big hubbub?
Yeah, the kickoff event this year is at Pizza Thief, and it's put on by Block 15 Distribution. They're one of our marquee sponsors this year. So Block 15 Distro is going to have Block 15 Brewery go up against Ferment Brewing and also up against DeGard. I'm just what am I wearing? Because I'm going to wear a DeGard t-shirt and I'm going to wear a Block 15 hoodie, and I don't have a piece of Ferment apparel. I needed to get that before Friday night. And they're just doing it's a head-to-head with, you can get the package where you get the three pizzas that go with the three of the beers, or you can do it a la carte.
A pizza flight?
Yes,
and
you can get a
beer
pizza flight. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's nice because they have both inside and outside seating, so you can kind of choose your own path there. It's really industry heavy too, because a lot of people in the industry, they want to drink beers from Ferment, DeGard, and Block 15. They want to see their homies in Portland that they don't get to see very often if they're coming from out of town. It's a really great time to be able to engage with people you wouldn't normally get to talk to.
That's awesome.
Plus pizza and beer. I didn't even need to say anything else. I just had to say Block 15 Distribution, pizza and beer.
My tattoo.
That's Jess's tattoo. Yes.
That sounds like an incredible event, and that's at Pizza Thief. Pizza Thief is where? Whereabouts is Pizza Thief?
Is it Northwest Thurman?
Okay.
Yeah,
Shrine
not what, or is it?
Not Great Notion.
Yeah, not Great Notion,
Not the
Northwest,
Great Notion
but
one.
Northwest
Okay,
Thurman, the Pizza Thief Bandit Bar one, because Pizza Thief's expanded and has 2 locations now.
Yeah. Yep. That's. I wanted to clarify that. So okay.
Thank
the,
you.
The OG Pizza Thief.
OG Pizza Thief.
Awesome. Another thing that's happening tomorrow, which if you're on that side of town, well, let me see. I'm looking at. This is happening at. If you're on that side of town, you're on Thurman at Pizza Thief. you can jot on down to Function, where Everywhere Beer, one of my favorite breweries on the planet, is releasing a collaboration with another one of my favorite breweries on the planet, Brujos.
Yeah.
Happens to be where we're sitting. But yeah, Brujos and Everywhere Beer releasing a collab. Everywhere is doing an actual Function right now. For those that aren't familiar with Function in Portland, every month is a new
Satellite tap room.
Yeah, don't even call it a tap takeover. It is a satellite tap room for a out-of-town brewery, oftentimes out-of-state brewery, for the month. Everywhere Beer is June, and so Everywhere and Brujos have made a beer. It releases on Friday, the 14th.
One of the brewers from Everywhere is going to be up here for that too. So if you want to meet those guys,
awesome.
A bunch of little goofs.
Is it? Do we know who's coming up from Everywhere? Is it Jeremy?
I believe it's Jeremy.
It's Jeremy.
Our
Jeremy,
Stefan,
who was
Stefan coming back up? No.
Jeremy, who was previously with the Brewery to Row at Anaheim. Everywhere Beer is in Anaheim. If you watch episode 2, we talk a lot about California.
It's
breweries.
orange. It is orange. Orange, California.
They are in Orange.
Border Anaheim.
Really close to, really not far from Angel Stadium and everything. They're right.
Yeah,
really
it's
close
about
to
a
there.
mile and a half away from Angel Stadium. Yeah.
So Function, for people who haven't been to Function, they are an amazing partner with so many people. So besides supporting essentially those satellite tap rooms, they give us all access we wouldn't normally get. So they work with Day One Distribution to do that, and they schedule it out for the year. So you don't even need to be like, oh, I wonder what is going to be next month. We already know. We are so fortunate to have places or breweries come here that we wouldn't normally have. You can walk too. It's probably a 15-minute walk. If you wanted to walk from Pizza Thief to Function, because if you just don't want to park or whatever, you can take the 15 number bus. Will go by both of those locations. Big fan of Trima and the bus system.
I gotta hop back on that.
So Function has a Northwest location and an Alberta location. But even when it's not Beer Week, it's a fun place to hang out at.
So that's Friday. 2 marquee events on Friday. Mm-hmm. Saturday has a couple marquee events as well. One of them is the Breakside Woodlawn Block Party, which I believe is also kind of like an anniversary celebration of Breakside, isn't it?
Yeah, 14 years.
14 years of Breakside. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not old enough for there to be 14 years of Breakside.
There's
already.
people who work there who weren't old enough to drink when they opened.
This is true.
Wait.
This is true. No, that looks like an awesome event. The Woodlawn neighborhood, they kind of take over some streets, make it a block party.
It's a street closure. It is what you think of as a nostalgic block party. With live music, multiple places to inside bar, outside bar. It's so the energy there because it's the neighborhood plus people who wouldn't normally get into the Woodlawn neighborhood go up there. And it's basically a sellout. It's packed to capacity every year. But since it's outside with a street closure, it doesn't feel like you're all
You need tickets for that?
No, it's no tickets. This year I think it's a cup and 3 drink tickets for $20.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty good value.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So the Breakside Woodlawn block parties happening Saturday. Other marquee event on Saturday is Spile and Spigot. What's a spile?
It doesn't matter. You can just call it, honestly, just call it Cask Fest. Spile and Spigot is a cute name.
I know what a spigot is.
It's a cute name. We like alliteration. It's just a cask fest. You just get to drink a bunch of beers in one place off the cask. If you want to know the details of the difference of cask versus firkin, you want to know what a spile is, you're just going to come have to see us at Steeplejack on Saturday.
And that goes from noon to 6 p.m. on Saturday at Steeplejack. So a cask, firkin kind of thing for the uninitiated. I know what a cask and firkin is, but what is a cask and firkin?
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to give the brewer answer. Can I give like the not industry answer?
Well, yeah. I mean, just for
That's probably
in
better.
layman's terms, just like what is a cask beer? Why should I be excited about drinking cask or firkin beer?
Oh gosh, it's going to be so hard to not geek out. Okay, so like from the flavor standpoint, and I'm going to be a fan here for a moment, you can pull a lot of layers out of beers that are served on cask because it's a natural carbonation if there is any, but it does most of its work it does most of its work in, well, hopefully it wouldn't. It can be a metal cask too. Well, I wouldn't call it a cask then. Oh man, I don't know how
So
do
there's
I
wood
put it on a
casks.
regular. How do I say
There's
it like as a regular person?
Metal firkins.
Yeah.
The beer is usually pretty still. It's not
Yeah,
really
nice
carbonated.
warm ale.
I've had some accidental carbonated ones, but no, yes, it's like you're not going to get it carbonated like you would get at the draft, like sitting at what you think of a traditional
Right.
draft.
It's not forced carbonated. It's some light carbonation.
Yeah, natural.
May
Yeah.
happen naturally.
Yeah, and there's like some gravity that goes with it to push it out. I did learn one really important thing. There's a lot of brewers will just say, "Oh, I got a pin," or instead of saying a cask or a firkin or anything like that. And the actual the pin that's in it, I learned from Anna, who she's the head brewer at Steeplejack, who helps produce this. She said, "Don't buy the 60-cent pin. Always buy the $1.75 pin." And it's like, so if you really want to geek out on like cask beer, that is the best advice I've ever been given. But there was recently an event in Portland. It was like a cask passport, and you went to like a dozen breweries, and you got a stamp. And it was really cool for a lot of people who'd never had access to cask beer before. This is another opportunity for that. It's also really affordable. It's $15 to get in, and you get a commemorative glass too, and you get like a handful of tickets with it. I mean, you can buy more tickets while you're there, but
Sure.
it's probably one of the most as far as cost, one of the most accessible events I think during Beer Week.
And that's at Steeplejack's Northeast Broadway church location, the original, what we think of when we think of Steeplejack.
Yeah, there's a lot of locations now. That's good that you
their
call that
church
church.
hasn't burned down yet.
No, it's definitely
like
the
the
opposite of
Brujos
ours.
church has burned down.
We have 2 churches involved in Beer Week this year. I didn't think of that.
There's something going on there. There's something to it. One other Saturday event is an IPA throwdown happening at Imperial Bottle Shop out there. Just a whole bunch of rad Pacific Northwest IPAs.
Yeah, that's the idea of like a cool tap takeover, right? Where you're just like, I can get all this West Coast IPA in one place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think it's West Coast and hazy. I saw some hazies on the list, but it's kind of a best of the Pacific Northwest hazy and West Coast IPA makers all in one spot, which I think's pretty fun. If you love IPA, that's a fun one to check out, I think. And then that moves us into Sunday. Sunday, we've got an event. I don't know much about this one called Snackdown. What do you know about Snackdown? What's going on? Can I help you, sir?
What's up there, Perozzo? Yeah, you talking about the Snackdown? Is that what you're here talking about?
Yeah.
You know what, Perozzo? I know you're going to be a part of that. All those fucking thinker heads out there. You guys, all those beer-loving, food-loving thinker heads out there. You guys better be ready for the Snackdown. You better be at the Snackdown. We're going to have 8 brewer chef teams, and they are competing in a WWE style pairing throwdown. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be delicious. You better be there, cause you just better be there. That's right.
I'm gonna do my best Mean Gene impersonation here. Woo! Channel the Mean Gene.
It's gonna be crazy.
Gigantic Big Love.
Yeah.
Tell us more about what breweries are going to be involved at the Snackdown.
You know what?
Who can we expect in Portland, Oregon on June 16th?
June 16th, we're going to have the Vice beer paired with El Viejon. Man, you guys are bringing something sick, too. It's crazy. I know what's coming. And then we're going to have Brujos paired with Machetes. I don't know, man. Those guys, yeah. What you guys have coming, people better bring their game on Sunday because it's going to be crazy. And then who else? Who else we got? Oh, we got the Pizza Thief. They are the defending champions. They won the belt last time in 2022.
With Great Notion?
With Von Ebert.
With Von Ebert. With Von Ebert. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We got Gigantic, of course.
Yes.
Gigantic Ben Love, of course, we're going to be there. We're paired with Morkella. They are, man, he's out there in the fields, he's out there in the forest, he's getting the food, he's bringing it in. It's gonna be crazy.
Some farm to table stuff.
We got Breakside and Salt and Straw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steeplejack, I heard, might be there.
Steeplejack with Prime Tap House. I don't know if you had that Prime Tap House, but
I've heard the food is great.
Chef's kiss. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. June.
It's gonna be crazy.
16th. Tickets
Sunday,
are
June
still
16th.
available.
Tickets are still available.
Get your
PDXBeerWeek.com.
This is an event that sells out. So as of this recording, tickets are still available. Please get your tickets.
Yeah.
$49 gets you all of
all 8
food.
pairings, all that food, all that beer, along with a ton of entertainment because everybody's going to be dressed up. It's going to be wild. Everybody's going to be smack talking their pairings. We got a DJ there. We got Big Tim Slade.
Are they smack talking
DJing?
or
They
are
are
they
snack talking. They're snack talking, brother. That's how it goes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Gigantic Ben Love, everybody.
Woo!
Gigantic Ben Love.
Yeah. Yeah. You ready?
So
Let's
ready.
do it.
I'm so ready for this
Snackdown.
event. I'm not going to lie. This is probably the Portland Beer Week event that I'm most excited about.
Crazy.
I'm not going to give away too much of the plans and the
I
things.
just got my costume
but,
today, so I'm very stoked about it.
I'm really stoked about it. So you're representing Brujos? You're going to be out there?
Me and Ivan.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we're dressing up.
Dressing up. Yep.
Yeah, Ivan's got that beer chugging belt. Oh man.
I did
yeah.
see a beer chug belt while
Yeah.
It's on Jeff.
around here.
Yeah, it's on Jeff over there. Let me go get it.
I see it. There is a beer chug belt over there.
It's the
I saw it
Go
earlier.
get it.
The Elite Lager Shotgun Club.
Snack talk. That's pretty good.
Snack talk. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking snack, and Snackdown is an event that like I'll get a little personal for a second and just say
Do
that
it.
like when we open our brewery, Vice Beer, Snackdown is like my dream to be a part of this for a lot of reasons. I'm super stoked about it. It's going to be really awesome. What this is the lager. What does this say? It says Elite Lager Shotgun Club Champion. This is Ivan's belt. Yeah.
This is the Elite Lager Shotgun Club. It was started around here, the corner here at Great Notion Brewing.
Okay.
And those guys started elitely shotgunning lager beers. And they actually, they took on Ivan. Ivan destroyed them. He put them to shame. He made them cry. He won their belt and brought it here to Brujos. Those guys came over to Gigantic about a month ago to our actual wrestling events that we do and challenged me in the ring. They gang rushed me. I took them on. I went toe to toe with them. I competed. I got it done in the exact same amount of time. They cheated and said that they won. Bullshit.
I wish I was
But
there
I'm
for
gonna
that.
take Ivan on. I'm gonna take Ivan on tonight.
I would love to see
I wish
that.
I was there for
Yeah.
that.
Please.
This is
He
Gigantic
already
Ben
left.
Love in his finest form.
Yeah.
You saw him on episode 1 of Overthinkr in a different form. This is certainly his finest form. Fantastic. That is fantastic. That's the best looking man in spandex in Portland at this moment. At this moment in time, he is the best looking man in spandex in
I
Portland.
heard that he got rid of all the rest of his other clothes, and this is just going to be what he wears daily now.
I hope
he's
so.
like, he's all in.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Just
It looks good.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
very distracting.
do it.
To be honest.
So to recap Snack Down, I'll just go down the list and make sure we hit everybody. Gigantic Brewing and Morcella are going to be there. Von Ebert Brewing and Pizza Thief. Vice Beer and El Viejon. Block 15 and Loyal Legion teamed up on a pairing. Brujos and Machete. Breakside Brewing with Salt and Straw. Cerveceria Norte and the Pie Spot are going to be there. Cerveceria Norte is the, I guess, Latino-inspired arm of Zoigl House. If you haven't heard of them yet, they're going to be there with the Pie Spot. And
it's a label.
What's that?
It's a label.
It's a label.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And Steeplejack with Prime Tap House. So super stoked on all of that. That happens June 16th. It is Father's Day. You know, if you have a father, which most of us do, I guess.
Not me. That's
should,
okay.
you should-
You might have had one at some point. Not everybody actively has
you know,
one, but you can go regardless of whether it's Father's
bring
Day.
them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Don't let that stop you.
I think that one of my favorite things about Snack Down is you're not committing to like an 8-hour fest. You know, it runs for, I think, is it like 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
So,
It's like
yeah,
1 to
you-
3:30. It's
Yeah,
it's
you
a
get
shorter
in,
event.
and you have your snack and your beer. They're paired together, and then you do that 8 times. You get a card that guides you, tells you the menu, and then we're doing the People's Choice. We're doing the voting, right?
I hope so.
Ben, we're doing the voting this year, right? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's how a champion is crowned,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
I
a
was like, it's
champion
not-
must be
like,
crowned.
I don't just get to decide. So, yeah, so we dropped the bead in the glass jar. So one of the funny things is like the brewers are competing for your bead to be dropped in the glass for the winning one. And I've like dropped them in before, and they shake it and make a big production out of it. Like it's hilarious, the competitiveness and the love all at the same time. But you can get in, eat your food, drink your beer, and get out and like still go do something else. You know, you're not committing that many hours, so it's really efficient. It's an efficient beer event. Is that a weird thing to say?
No, it's great. So for $49, you get a lot of entertainment, a lot of food, a lot of beer, great beer and food pairings. That like, if you haven't been to a beer and food pairing event where it's expertly paired, and you're discovering flavors from the beer that match with the food you're eating, like. If you've never done something like that before, you owe it to yourself to do that kind of experience. It is really fun. I'm really excited about the pairings. I'm really excited about the whole event. That's my favorite event of the week. I'm sorry. That's
Don't apologize.
that's
We
my
all
one-
have our
that's-
favorites.
that's
That's
my
what makes
1A.
it fun, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we're
Can
good.
I just I'd like to do a reenactment with Jess
Okay.
on how Portland Beer Week and asked Brujos to be in Snack Down. I thought it would be a conversation. This is how it went. I said, so Jess, we also have this event called Snack Down. You dress up.
Say less.
That was it. That was the whole conversation. I didn't even have to keep going. Dressed up, she says, say less. I'm like, done. All right, I guess you're in.
I'm really competitive too. I take myself out of games. I can't play card games or anything because I'll flip a table if I'm not winning. So I might get really aggressive for this.
So you're like dress up and competitiveness?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna get
gosh,
real
yeah.
mad.
I'm just gonna say we're friends here today. We will not be friends
Oh
on
no,
Sunday.
we're not friends.
It's gonna be amazing. All right. There's so much going on. When you
Same with
go
Burger
to
Ball. Ooh, it's hot.
pdxbeerweek.com, which you should, there are like the marquee events are up there. Make sure you get to the bottom there and hit full calendar of events. You'll see everything.
Or more events.
I was a little at first when I was reading through it, I was like, wait, there's usually more Beer Week events than this, and then I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, to make
So
sure you're
make
on the
sure you hit that.
/events page. Yeah.
Because we'll look here real quick, just to skim over some things. You've got also on Sunday, there's Father's Day Kolsch service with Everywhere Beer at Function. So they're going to do the traditional Cologne-style Kolsch service where just the beer keeps coming. It just keeps...
They'll mark it off on the coaster of how many you've had.
Yeah. For those not familiar with
great.
Kolsch service, how's it work, Jessica?
Oh my God.
There's also an Imperial Stout release with that in bottles. It's a bottled Imperial Stout, which Everywhere is also phenomenal at. What?
Yeah, you
Describe
get your
Kolsch service.
get your little Kolschy guy, and then they'll mark it one on your coaster.
Your,
and then
your
every
little
time you
Kolschy
want,
guy is
your little
like
Kolschy guy.
it's like an 8 ounce ish.
It's
in
doable.
milliliters.
It's doable to do like 10.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jeremy did like 25 once. So if anyone wants to beat Jeremy's,
It almost gets competitive with
Yeah.
like how much Kolsch can you possibly put down. But they give you like a coaster and they
then they start marking it. And every time
that's what you cash out with is your coaster.
Yeah, you
of
just
like,
give your coaster to the bartender, and that's how they ring it up.
That's crazy. It's super fun. You know, that's every day in Cologne, Germany, where Kolsch is from, but it's a fun thing to do here. What else do we got here? I'm just scanning.
The Brewers games are returning.
What are the Brewers games? I see that here. What is that?
Brewers games haven't happened in any recent memory. It's a very it's an event that used to happen, hasn't happened for a while. This year it's being brought back.
Okay.
And it's a fundraiser for Pink Boots Society. It's going to happen at Level Beer, sorry. That's a very important distinction. And it's at Level 1, so it's their original location in Northeast, kind of by the airport, so there's like lots of space for games. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's Brewers games. It's a bunch of activities that they do. They'll and it's competitive
is it
too.
the Brewers are competing, or the public is competing, or
This one, the Brewers are competing.
Okay.
I think there's a pro-am element to it. So this is kind of cool. This is part of, we don't produce everything for Portland Beer Week. A lot of it is done by whether it's, a trade association, a bar, a brewery. So Pink Boots is really, and Level have really taken this and are producing it themselves. That's one that, all the details of it I don't have, but go to the website for that. And honestly, you know what the best thing is? It's really like Instagram. There's just a lot of, when you get that visual of some of the cool videos people have been making, it gets you even more excited about it.
This looks like a
Pink
lot
Boots
of fun.
Society has some pretty hilarious videos, promo videos of it.
This looks like a lot of fun. It runs from 1 to 5 on that Sunday as well. Let's get deeper into the week here. Looking at the 17th, and what's exciting about the 17th? A brewery collaboration with Salt and Straw Ice Cream. What do we have going on here? This is at Mosaic Tap House, one of the sponsors of the week, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Mosaic Tap House has a lot of cool events going on. So they have it's 5 days of Salt and Straw ice cream that are all brewery collaborated with. So that's a cool one. You can go to Mosaic Tap House and just have all of these and not have to chase them around town, or you just get it. You can do it in one shot. So some other cool stuff Mosaic is also doing. They're doing a West Coast IPA blind taste challenge. There is nothing better to check your ego than to do a blind tasting, no matter how good you think you are. So those are super fun. And I think there's something new this year that is, it's like, why didn't we always do this? But Mosaic's hosting a queer industry night.
Oh, I want to go to that.
Yeah, so, right? You're like, that's an opportunity to be around a bunch of people just like you that you didn't even know existed because you're off in your own world. So I really want to thank Mosaic for having like the creativity to be like, let's just do this.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, they've got some cool stuff going on this week.
Yeah, and I guess so. This ice cream collaboration series they're doing with Salt and Straw. I'm reading about it. It goes 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So there's 5 days of it where Breakside, La Tropicale, Meteor, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that brewery's name.
There's some out-of-state breweries that they also...
Monkish and Russian River.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of breweries doing a lot of cool things with ice cream in that, which is pretty great. Let's move right along through this. There is, if you really want to get nerdy about photography, also at Mosaic Tap House, there is a beer photography workshop where you can learn to take better photos for your Untapped check-ins, which
I
is
wonder who's gonna facilitate that workshop. I know one of the Mosaic owners is doing it. I wonder who else could be facilitating that.
That's actually Sean Burke.
Interesting.
Sean Burke behind the board is going to be Sean Burke from ZZeppelin, also formerly of Von Ebert and the Commons. He's going to talk photography things, which if you're not following Prolific Northwest on YouTube and the Instagrams, it's super fun, especially if you're into fly fishing. One of these days, we're going to get Sean on the other side of the board here, and we're going to talk a lot of fly fishing things and camping
Anybody
things.
else facilitating that workshop at Mosaic, the beer photography one?
I don't know much about it. It must be Warren
I think
because
it's Craft Beer Scribe, maybe?
Craft Beer Scribe
Oh,
Warren
yeah,
is
there
waving
it
his
goes.
hands at me. I'm sorry, Warren. I actually didn't know. I have no idea. So
I thought I was setting you-
I didn't know much about it.
I thought I was setting you up so well, and you're just like, nope, didn't.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're doing a bottle share on Monday as well? At Living House, a Living House bottle share on Monday, which would be the 17th. So the 17th,
That'll be a
you
great
can do
opportunity
that.
to practice your skills.
18th, you're doing that.
Wow.
There's a lot. Okay. Let me get back to the marquee events here. On the 19th,
All right.
which we're talking about Wednesday now.
Okay.
We're on to Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Portland Beer Week. It's Mussels from Brussels.
Yeah, Mussels from Brussels is a longtime Portland Beer Week event. This is going to be held at Wayfinder. There's 5 competitors. You basically get mussels, and then the competitors, you have a beer and a sauce. And this year it's Wayfinder, Freem, Breakside. Oh, what are the other 2? Block 15 Distro, because Block 15 is the defending champ.
Okay.
And I need a 5th one. Forland, thank you. And Forland
It's
is
Forland.
that's
There
the
it
5th
is.
one. Dude, this is another one of those. You can you just pre-buy your ticket, go throughout the day, and it's accessible.
You can show up like anytime
Yeah.
during the day.
Yeah,
that
the
Wayfinder's
winner's
open
crowned
and
in the
just-
evening, but yeah, you can go in
Awesome.
the day and get them. And
So
yeah,
make
it's
it
fun.
your lunch plans, make it your dinner plans, make it
Yeah.
just any time during the day that Wayfinder's open. Stop by for Mussels from Brussels. Let's keep moving into this would be Thursday. Another event that I'm particularly excited for, which is the event that used to be called the New School Showcase, which is the event that New School Beer SNACKTALKIN.com, the online blog articles news
It's an
source.
online magazine.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We all know it. We all love it. It was named after this event. This event kind of preceded it, and it is the New Brewery Showcase. And this year, it's branching out from just the Oregon New Brewery Showcase to the Pacific Northwest Brewery Showcase.
There's a cidery in there too.
Pretty awesome. There's a cidery in there too. Okay. I'm gonna read quickly those names that are gonna be featured. Noble Fox Brewery from Ashland, Coattails Beer and Wine from Newburgh, Oregon, Recluse Brew Works from Washougal, Washington, Irrelevant Beer from Vancouver, Washington, Lazy Z Ranch is a meadery in Ashland, Ilk Beer, Olympia, Washington. Those guys are really rad. TPK Brewing, Portland, Oregon. Spinning Wheels Brewing Project, Hood River, Oregon. Commensal Fermentation, Portland, Oregon. And Lazy Days Brewing, Portland, Oregon. That's a lot of super fun new breweries that you get to try. There's usually like 2 of each brewery is on tap, so you get a little taste of what these new breweries are doing.
A lot of times it depends on how much beer they have. So Michael,
Right.
you said earlier that Snackdown is your favorite event of Beer Week.
Yep.
The New School Presents New Brewery Showcase is my favorite event of Portland Beer Week. It's one of my favorite ones of the year. It's being able to see like these hungry people who are like winning at their craft and they're living their dream. It's pretty amazing.
That is happening on Thursday in the evening. The same time, Best of the West Coast is happening at Mosaic Tap Room. That happens, looks like that runs through the weekend there. It's a Thursday and Friday thing, looking at the details here. But let's skip ahead to Saturday, June 22nd, where the hungry and thirsty people of the Pacific Northwest will descend upon Brujos for
Burger Brawl.
Burger Brawl.
Brewers Burger Brawl.
If you guys haven't noticed, we're all drinking out of these awesome Brewers Burger Brawl glassware. Today, these are actually going to be the glasses you get at Burger
Yes.
Brawl. Super awesome glassware. It says Brujos and St. Lovejoy present, and Brewers Burger Brawl on the other. You got this luchador choking out a skeleton on the glassware. Super fun glassware. Super rad event. Jessica, tell us more about this event. What's going on for the Burger Brawl?
Well, the first 100 tickets are pre-sale, and you would get 5 burgers, 5 ounces of beer, and this glass. And then after that, you can buy it at the door, and the glassware will be until sellout. So get here. But we'll
So it's important to get
Yeah.
your tickets in advance
it's
for
important
this
to get
one.
your tickets in advance. But we're going to have us with St. Lovejoy's, Irrelevant Beer with Goonburger,
Goonburgers.
Vice
really
Beer
good
with
too.
El Vijon,
They're okay.
Great Notion. Well, that's also another one I'm going to fight you at as well.
Yes.
And then Great Notion with Pizza Thief.
We're gonna fight
and
a lot
Steeplejack
next
and
week.
Kitchen.
Steeplejack in their own kitchen.
In
yeah.
their own kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great Notion and Pizza Thief.
Pizza
also
Thief
really
making
cool.
a burger?
What's that?
I said Pizza Thief making a burger?
Exactly. Yeah, which I'm excited for that as well. This event is going to be a ton of fun. We're bringing a little something extra to this event.
Ooh.
Little something fun, you know, just for the competitive nature of it all. We work with a graffiti artist known as Mayfair. He's on Instagram as Mayfair PDX, and he's gonna show up and actually do a live graffiti painting of a robotic monster cheeseburger at the event. So that's gonna be super fun to just
That's pretty rad.
see that come together live at our booth, at the Vice Beer booth with El Viejon. while we work on serving people hella burgers and great beer. So tickets are $60. And yeah, you get all these incredible burgers and the pairings with them. It's a competition too. How's the competition go down?
So there's a People's Choice. Are we going to do a People's Choice or just the judges?
I hope
We
you
can do
bring back
choice.
the People's
Yeah. Okay,
Choice.
so we'll do People's Choice. We
I really
also
hope
have,
the People's Choice comes back. Last year
Yeah.
there wasn't a People's Choice, and I like
Oh,
the
well,
People's
Jess,
Choice.
let's just.
I'm always down for People's Choice.
Okay, we're doing the People's Choice. Okay, Burger Brawl has a People's
been
Choice
decided
this year. Okay?
right here.
In addition, then there's a few local celebrity judges that'll be here.
Local celebrity judges?
Yeah, local celebrity
Tell me,
judges.
who are these local celebrity judges?
Jess, you do the first one. That Bill.
Which one?
Bill.
Okay, Bill Oakley.
All right.
He's a writer, or used to be a writer for The Simpsons, and now he's a local fast food reviewer.
Yeah, that was a short trip.
Hey, you know what? That's all right.
And then we also have Christine Walter Bauman from Bauman Cider.
Awesome.
Right? So, she's judged cider literally all over the world. And the one, like, listening to her talk about flavor is amazing. And the one that always gets me, she's judged like 40 countries, some ridiculous number. But, like, she's even judged in Latvia. And right? And I'm pretty excited to have her, too.
Okay.
And we've got one more.
Sean Campbell, Beer Mongers.
All right. Very cool. Yeah, I'm super stoked for that event as well. There's so many fun things. Again, check out pdxbeerweek.com. I wanna get into some audience questions.
I'm going to mention one
Yikes.
more beer week because otherwise
Oh,
I'll
yeah?
get,
Oh,
my boss
hit it,
will get me
hit
in
it.
trouble. So then that closing out that last Sunday is the Portland Beer and Cheese Festival. It's another one. Tickets available on the website. This is another one. It's a sellout every year. So it's cheese and beer pairings. And it's done by Steve Jones, like one of the foremost experts or cheesemongers in the world. Right? And he's threatened this before, but he says this year is his last year because he's been like developing other cheese experts for years. So this might be the last chance to get his actual beer and cheese pairings. And it's at, thank you. Yeah, and it's at Bauman Cider on Sunday. Is that the 23rd? Honestly, I can only go one day at a time now. What's the
23rd,
last?
yeah.
Yeah, Sunday the 23rd. Okay, so another awesome food event.
I love cheese.
Yeah. You should come to that one. You want to work it with me?
Maybe.
Yeah, you can think about it.
All right. So, again, check out pdxbeerweek.com. It's got all the events. You can get all the details there. We want to open up things to some questions from the audience that I'm excited about. First one up here, I want to invite actually a previous guest of the show has submitted a question. He's here tonight. Warren Wills, everybody, has a question.
Here's somebody.
Here's somebody indeed. Warren.
Is that the guy doing the beer photography workshop at Mosaic
It happens
Tackhouse
to be
on
the guy
Tuesday?
doing the beer photography workshop.
And the guy doing the bottle share at
The
Living
bottle
House on
share.
Monday.
That's why.
Not that I need to plug
How did
anymore.
you get here?
Warren, you had a question here. I see the question. There you go. This is a good one.
Thank you for having me. Long time
for being
watcher,
here.
brand new subscriber.
Former guest.
What event is missing from Portland Beer Week? An event that doesn't exist but should.
Can I ask a follow-up question to that?
Sure.
Do you mean something that has never been done before in Portland, or something like that happened and maybe like some of us want to see return?
Ooh.
It could be either one. I mean, it's primarily something that is not currently happening this year.
Okay.
That has either previously happened that could be brought back, or something that has never happened that would be a first-time event.
Okay, I'll go because there's absolutely
You
one
go
I have
first.
really want.
You go first.
And then you go.
Jess, you're next. I have
it's-
an answer to this one too.
Some of the seminars. The education aspect to having seminars is amazing. We have previously had, it started as a barrel age, and then it got so big we had to split it to like sour and wild program and then barrel age. The thing is, I will tell you, that stuff is really expensive. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. It's expensive to put on to have all that beer, and you have to really be in it to want to pay a high ticket price to sit there for a couple hours and listen to people talk. But if you keep on us and be like, I want to see the seminars, I don't care what social media platform you use, inundate us with it, and then that really helps me basically tell my boss, do you see how many people want the seminars back? And when I said that, I saw a bunch of hands started cheering. So yeah, it's a thing we want, right?
First event that I did as a beer writer, period, was the Portland Wild and Sour Ale Festival, or events, symposium at Hopworks with Jeffers and what's his name from New Belgium was in town. Peter Buchert was in town.
Peter was in there, Jeffrey,
and Crooked Stave, and it was amazing.
Hey, Ben Love, I still have pictures of you walking around the table of those guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Jess, what do you think's a Portland Beer Week event that needs to happen?
Okay. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. I do come from the LA beer scene. And LA Beer Week has put on so many great events. And there's one specific one that I was also a part of at one point. But I would have to ask Ting, the owner of Eagle Rock, for permission to grab it. But it's Battle of the Bands. It's brewers from staff from each brewery to create their own band. And they do about a 3-minute set. It can be one whole song. It could be a bunch of mixture of songs. But it would be at a venue. Their beers are on draft. And then it's a people's choice. So you would get like a token.
This is like not a pre-existing band. You're just asking the staff of a brewery to put together an ensemble as best they can from the talent within their brewery. Mm-hmm. That's actually really cool.
It's very
fun. I really like that.
It's super fun.
That is super rad.
Yeah, because it's like, I like.
Because
someone's
Portland
like,
has
I play
had
like a guitar. Or
brewers
something.
in their bands before. Was an event, a Portland Beer Week event before, but that was different. That was like, this brewer from such and such brewery is in a band. It's actually a good band that plays at other places and things, and that's a cool event in of itself. I think this is.
It's great. People dress up.
Super fun event.
The songs don't have to be good. It's just about the energy and the crowd, and it's the crowd that votes for it.
So great.
Jessica actually has like video footage of her performing when you were at Smog, or
I was at Smog City.
Okay.
Yeah. I was the singer because I don't play anything.
Okay.
I'd be shaking maracas. That's about all I got.
This is
Or
awesome.
washboard, or maracas, something simple.
All right.
It was very fun. That was a good event, and I would like to bring that up here because I know there's so many talented people within like even tap room and in the brewery. Like that'd be so fun.
Help me with the venue, and we can do it.
I have to ask Ting first because that's her event.
Okay.
So I got to make sure.
If they okay it, then okay.
So
That or Brewers Karaoke, where it's like almost like a tap takeover with different breweries, and it's at a venue where it's karaoke, and people. It's also a people's choice thing where people vote on who's the best singer, and then if they're good, they give away like glassware, bottles. Yeah, that too.
Oh, a
You
you
get
get
a permanent handle at the place.
if you win the Brewers
That's
Karaoke.
valuable.
Yeah.
That's great.
But I remember
So-
giving
so-
away shirts and stuff to people that were singing.
That's a good
It was just
segue
fun.
to the one I would love to see at Portland Beer Week, because we do this for North Bank Beer Week. We're about to have our 7th one of these. Kind of sort of stole it from Seattle Beer Week, where they've been doing this for like 12 years. And now Tacoma Beer Week is actually doing one of these. It is a beer can Pinewood Derby race where you show up and you get a can of beer for a certain price. You get a can of beer, you get 4 wheels, 2 axles, some lead weights, some scissors, some duct tape, and you got to drink your beer and turn your beer into a race car, and you race it for prizes. And what's super fun about that is so the public races, and that's super fun. But then after the public races, there's a brewer's heat that just the breweries represented. They race their cars that they made, and the grand prize is a 6-month permanent handle at the place that hosts it. Pine Box hosts it up north in Seattle. Ben's Bottle Shop hosts it for North Bank Beer Week. I don't remember who hosts it for Tacoma Beer Week.
I went
I'm sorry.
to that at Ben's Bottle Shop last year.
Yeah,
And
it's
everybody
great.
had graphite. They'd go to the hardware store because there was one near there to get graphite powder.
Yep, people are getting graphite.
I
People
learned
are
a lot that day.
bringing different oils and stuff to slick up their racers. It's a great event. And the last couple of years, or last year was actually, after a 3-year run, there was one year that we didn't have enough North Bank brewers in it, and Von Ebert showed up. And Kristen, who was at Von Ebert at the time, she built the car that won and became the heel of, because she was the only non-North Bank brewer there.
Oh, man.
And she became the heel of the event. She won the next year. She was on vacation the year after that. Dom showed up, and he won, and everybody booed them to death. And finally this year, Von Ebert lost this year, and the crowd energy was incredible. Really fun.
I have one myself that I'd like to contribute.
Okay.
I would, and I've spoken with Ezra about this a number of times. I would love to see the return of the Fruit Beer Festival, which was that was my entree to Portland Beer Week, and it was memorable in the sense that was the first time anybody in Portland saw the Cucumber Crush from 10 Barrel, which was the People's Choice that year, and was made with 1 million cucumbers. And it's one of the best sour beers I've ever had in my life. So
That's fantastic.
we'll see if it can ever come back. But
Okay.
I'll put the
Awesome.
microphone
Thanks
down.
for the question, Warren.
Happy to help.
Absolutely. All right. We're
Thanks, Warren.
we're gonna let somebody else come up here too. I got a question here from. Oh, this is weird. There's a question here from Gigantic Ben Love.
That's curious.
Weird. He's back.
What's up, Perozzo?
What's up?
So I really had to know. I gotta know.
Okay.
How hard is Vice Beer and LV Hone gonna bring it at Snackdown?
So hard.
Is the Macho Man Perozzo Savage in there?
Yes. I'm not gonna disclose too much about what I've got planned, but I have. Let's just say I've got more than one costume change during the event.
Oh my gosh.
So
Man.
I'm ready. I'm really excited about it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what Elvia Hone's bringing. I'll give a little hint. This you need to come for this. Come for Elvia Hone is making. We're calling it the Mega Maniac Mini Trumpos.
Ooh, damn.
Mega Maniac Mini Trumpo tacos. You know what a trumpo is?
Is there a sound effect we can get for that?
It's kind of it's kind of I don't know how do you explain it. It's al pastor. It's al pastor on
It's
a
a
spear and on a spit, and it spins, right? Well, we've got little miniature ones that you'll be able to put in your taco and eat the whole trumpo of al pastor, and we're pairing that up with the cream of the crop.
Oh, man.
It's a cream ale. It's a.
You know what I've heard? The cream always rises to the top.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Because the cream always rises to the top.
It does. It does. It does. You can,
Ah, damn. You're going to bring it.
you can look forward to the snack down. It's happening at Loyal Legion, man. I'll tell you, the snack down's happening on June 16th in Portland, Oregon.
Right.
18,000 hungry people gathering for 8 beer and food pairings. Oh, yeah. Dig it. Freak out. Oh. Hell yeah. All right. I'm excited about that, obviously. I'm very.
Oh, yeah.
I like how you said you were going to give a little hint, and
I kind of just
That was
told
the
you what
whole
we're
thing.
bringing. I kind of told you what we're bringing.
Wow, yeah. Three Snackdown competitors
watching
on the
this-
same stage.
oh my god,
I don't know what just happened behind me. I have no
Scare the shit
clue
out of me.
what just happened. I was really
How
scared
could
for a
you-
second. I knew that Gigantic Ben Love had the control for the fog machine, and he was behind me, and I didn't know what was going on.
How can you miss Snackdown after that?
Yes. Please come out for that. Come out for all the fun Portland Beer Week things. We got time for one more question. We got time. I think we got time for one more. Let's see what we got here. There's okay. I'm just kind of reviewing a couple of these. This is from forgive me if I don't say this right.
Och?
Och V? Is Och V in the house? Here? No? Okay. That one, this one just says Hard S. Who is Hard S? And are you here still?
That makes me
Also-
questioning, why do I put Nicole on stuff?
I don't see that.
Hard.
I don't know what a Hard S is.
That's pretty cool.
Riss is here. Riss has been to a few tapings of Overthinkr. We know Riss, and Riss has a question for us. Step right up. Stand real close right over here, and ask your question of our guests.
Oh, yeah, that's for anybody to answer. Who is
Yeah.
your favorite movie monster?
Oh, wow. Thank you for
there you
asking
go.
that question. Favorite movie monster?
I like that this is just completely out of left field and
Oh, yeah.
unrelated to our previous discussions. It's a hard question. Can you think of any movie monsters?
God, no. Not at the moment.
Oh, yeah, it's Jason Voorhees' birthday.
Oh,
Step
gosh.
right.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Nerd shit. Wow. Like, all I can think is, like, super deep stuff. Like, is it...
Go for it.
Was it, like, Mark Wahlberg in the movie Fear or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, no,
That's
absolutely.
a movie monster, right? Sorry,
Yes.
I wasn't thinking, like, Claws and Werewolf. I was just like, who's a dick? Like...
That's a dick.
He's definitely a monster.
Yeah, that's a mild
Okay.
way to put it, right? Yeah, he's a movie monster, right? Okay, thank
Yes.
you all for supporting that.
No, I
Okay.
agree.
Jess, do you have a movie monster?
I don't.
You
I can't
can't
think of
think of
anything right now.
No.
No.
I would have to say my favorite movie monster is the Rancor in Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite movie
Yes.
monster.
I'm totally shocked that Michael Perozzo made a Star Wars reference.
I
can't
know, right?
It's what I
believe
know.
it.
Absolutely shocking.
I don't watch a lot of movies, but I watch Star Wars a lot.
Yeah.
Acolyte, by the way, is really good. Y'all need to watch
I
Acolyte.
actually really like it so far.
It's super cool.
It's pretty cool.
I think most of my Star Wars knowledge comes from drinking Weiss beer. Because of the titles, and they have to explain it to me. And
I don't watch. I guess I can do a cartoon one.
Okay.
And I'll say the Lich from Adventure Time. That's what I'll say.
Oh,
right,
no, that's
all right.
great.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
Yes. Yeah.
Riz, what's your movie monster?
Barely passing.
The creature from the Black Lagoon.
The creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, very good.
Absolutely.
Very
Like, if
good.
I
That's a
could
good one.
be a monster, like, I would just want someone to put gills and scales on me and throw me into a swamp so I could be the creature from the Black Lagoon.
It sounds like a good life.
Fantastic.
I would be down with that.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Riz.
yeah, that was
Fantastic.
a good one. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right. Well, great beer here at Brujos. A great time. Great hosts. Super stoked for Portland Beer Week. Again, pdxbeerweek.com is the website. You can follow on Instagram and things too. There's some great sponsors for the Beer Week. I want to just quickly acknowledge all of the sponsors. The sponsors include Freem Family Brewers, Block 15 Distribution, Loyal Legion, and Mosaic Tap House as the premier sponsors of the Beer Week. Did I miss any? Is there more?
No, that's great.
That's them?
perfect,
Okay,
Yeah.
I hope so. Super stoked for the week. Super stoked for all of these fun events that are unique, to challenge your palate, to challenge what it even means to have a beer event, to push the envelope forward. Super thankful to Jess and Brujos and the hospitality here today. St. Lovejoy's, eat that food. It is amazing. Super thankful for all of this. Thank you to Nicole and Jess for sitting in with us, just talking about Portland Beer Week and hanging out. I hope to see a lot of folks out at the events. And special thanks, of course, to the team from ZZeppelin, our producers, Zach Denton and Sean Burke, are back there making all this magic happen, dealing with all of the things that you have to deal with a mobile live podcast. This isn't easy. I'm
impressed.
We've seen them run around fixing stuff even like while we're sitting here doing this. So super appreciate them and the work that goes into this. Of course,
Besitos.
in post, Zach spends a lot of time editing this so that you can see it shortly after it happens, which is phenomenal. So props to him. Hey, that's it. That was Overthinkr.